Hello everyone and Happy New Year! This is the Joy of Reading and today I am going to do the Disney song book tag, a tag I originally found on the YouTube channel Gem is Here. You can find the link to the original tag in the description box. So let's start! Question 1. A Whole New World. A book that made you see the world differently. Well, I don't know whether the answer counts because the book is a collection of articles that appeared on a newspaper. The book is called Scritti Corsari or Corsair Writings by the late Italian intellectual Pierpaolo Pasolini. As I said, it is a collection of the articles he wrote for an Italian newspaper where he spoke on several social and political topics of his time. That is to say, the early 70s in this case. His point of view was never superficial, often unique and very well exposed, and he was not afraid to debate with other intellectuals who might answer to him from the same newspaper or from other ones. I don't know whether it really changed the way I see the world, but it surely changed the way I build and express my opinion on things. Question 2. Cruella De Vil, pick your favorite villain. For this question, I choose Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. I chose him because although the book is old, the character is very modern. Frollo is an archdiakon, a member of the church, and is a very cultivated and respected scholar, highly intelligent man. He also has a brother whom he helps because he suffers from alcoholism. So he's not the kind of character, villain, who enjoys being evil, who only thinks about himself. Yet he is an emotional disaster. At some point in the book he becomes infatuated with a woman, and although she refuses him, he doesn't take no as an answer, and he tries to have his way in any possible way, including trying to use violence. He doesn't succeed, but from that moment on, he doesn't care about whether she lives or dies, and he is able to withstand her sufferings without flinching. So he gives you this idea that there was some good material in him, but at some point everything went very wrong, and now he cannot be fixed anymore. Question 3. I won't say I'm in love. A book you don't want to admit you love. Well, when I was a child, I used to enjoy the Goosebumps series by R.L. Stine. Recently, I came across some of them while I was tidying my childhood books, and it still made fun to read them. So, Goosebumps. Question 4. Gaston. Pick a character you couldn't stand. Well, I had to answer to similar questions for other tags, and I remember that I mentioned Emma Bovary and Holden Caulfield. Luckily, the list of characters I cannot stand is very long, and I think the next one would probably be Dorian Gray from The Portrait of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. It's just that I don't like that kind of person and that kind of decadent culture and literature. Question 5. Part of your world. Pick a book set in a universe you wish you could live in. Well, I think this universe is quite fine. Of course, it would be funny to visit the world of Alice in Wonderland or to spend one day at Hogwarts, but more as a tourist. Question 6. A dream is a wish your heart makes. How would your dream book be like? Again, I don't have a maybe dream book because I think that many dream books have already been written. I myself am not a very creative person and I am not going to write one at all. Question 7. Someday my prince will come. What book characters you would marry if you could? I think the fictional man of my life could be Jean-Baptiste Pasteur from The Fairy Godmother by Danielle Pennac. Of course, this is with all the limits of a fictional character, but he does have the personality and attitude I would find interesting in a real person as well. Question 8. I See the Light, a book that changed your life. For this question, I could pick any book written by Dostoevsky. I think there is a life before Dostoevsky and a life after, even if you don't agree with his worldview on anything. Since I have to pick one book, I'll take Crime and Punishment because it's the first book by Dostoevsky I read, but the same goes for any other novel written by him. Question 9. When you wish upon a star, pick a book you wish you could read again for the first time without having memory of having read it before. Oh, this is a huge question because I would like that for every great book I read in my life. But eventually I guess many books by Agatha Christie. Because I love Agatha Christie detective stories, but I also love TV series inspired by her novels. And I often watched the TV series or the TV episode before I read the book, and it sort of spoiled the book. This is especially true for the book Mesopotamia. I watched the TV episode before I read the book. I would have enjoyed it much more if I hadn't watched the episode before. Question 10. I Can't Wait to Be King. Pick a book with a monarchy. Well, it isn't specified whether the monarchy has to be the protagonist or not, so I pick The Three Musketeers, because the monarchy, despite not being exactly a protagonist, has such an important role that the whole story wouldn't exist without it. If you follow my channel, you've heard me mention The Three Musketeers at least 3 times so far, probably more. And yes, I love that book and I recommend it to everybody. Last but not least, question 11. The Colors of the Wind. Pick a book with a cover that is beautiful and colorful. I think the Italian edition of The Number Devil by Hans Magnus Enzensberger has a wonderful and colorful cover. And it's also a great book, both if you like math, like me, and if you don't. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and in some days I will record the next video of my Dante series. Remember to follow my channel and my Facebook page if you are interested. Bye!